Hi everyone, it's Nancy McNally, and today we're working on block 11 of Baskets Bloom Quilt Sampler block of the week of 2026. So as you can see, I have everything cut. Now the name of the block is Oklahoma Twister. Oklahoma Twister. So this is a block that is quite unique, and I think it's a pretty cool block. All right, so go download your pattern and get your fabrics cut, and let's make this block together. All right, let's get started. Before we begin actually piecing, we're going to do some prep work so that we have it all ready. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw diagonal lines on your E squares and our B squares, which these are going to be 8 at a time half square triangles. The E's are stitch and flip. You're just going to draw a diagonal line from corner to corner on all your stitch and flip, all your E's. That's red and orange, or excuse me, red and apricot. And then for our B's, we're going to do this. I'm going to grab this one right here. So now for this one, it's a little bit different. X first. Once you get your X, then you're going to draw a plus sign, and the plus is going to go from the center, top to bottom, and center side to side. All right, so I have this one completed. You're going to go right sides together. When we do this one, you're only going to stitch a 1/4 inch away on the diagonal lines, the X, not the plus sign. All right, so we're going to set this side, and we'll get to that one in just a minute. So I'm going to put a pin in it to hold it together. And we're going to begin with our E's, and you're going to need both of your backgrounds, background 1 and background 2. So I'm going to get set up for that, and I'll be right back. So now it's time to make our stitch and flip units. You're going to take your E squares that you've already drawn the diagonal line on, right sides together onto your D background 1 rectangle. So you want your diagonal line to go from the top left corner down to, it's kind of just say center bottom over here. So from left to right. Stitch directly on the line. After you stitch directly on the line. So now I'm going to take my 1/4 inch line from my ruler, lay it on top of the stitching, which is the seam, and trim a 1/4 inch away. Discard or keep these, it's up to you. Now you're going to take this, flip it in place, and press. You need to make 4 of the red and 4 of the orange. All right, so I'm going to get this pressed, and we're going to move on to our 4 at a time half square triangles. Now we're going to work on our 4 at a time half square triangles. These are easy, beyond easy. In the pattern, I told you to prepare your fabric with spray starch first. Why? Because as soon as we cut this on the diagonal, your bias is exposed. And it sounds funny to say that, but that means that you have the chance of distorting your edges because you've cut the bias, you've cut on the angles, so you've broken the weave, so to speak, of the straight grain and the cross grain. So you're going to do this to both red and apricot and yellow. You're going to go right sides together, 1 red to 1 yellow, and 1 apricot to 1 yellow. You're going to stitch a 1/4 inch seam on all 4 sides on the outer edge, and it looks just like this. You can see my seams. Next, if you don't have a cutting mat that you can rotate around, a revolving cutting mat, then just be very cautious when you're turning it and when you're trying to cut your pieces. So we're going to take this, move things out of the way, because if you do go to turn it, it can knock something. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is cut this apart after I've sewn it. I have already sewn this one. We're going to go all the way around, sew 1/4 inch seam, and now we're going to trim it apart on both diagonals. You know, it's kind of funny because I have several different types of rotating mats, and I tend to lose all of them. I have to go find them. For some reason, I have this awful habit of not putting them back in the spot where I found them, or even putting them all in the same spot. Okay, so now we have 4 half square triangles. So this is your bias, and it is stretchy, so be cautious with it. You're going to open each half square triangle and trim them to size. You're going to need these to make this pinwheel center. Sorry, my cat's moaning and groaning. He's snoring. So you're going to need these to make the center pinwheel. All right, let's move on to the next step. Pressed and I trimmed all my half square triangles to the correct size. Now we're going to make the center pinwheel. Place your apricot and yellow half square triangle here, just like that. I'm going to place this one with the apricot going in the opposite direction. Next, place your 2 reds. Lay them out just as shown. You're going to sew these 2 together, sew these 2 together, press. Follow the pressing arrows in the pattern, and then you're going to sew top and bottom together and press. And you get this. Make sure you check the size, that it's the same as what's listed in the pattern. All right, let's move on to the 8 at a time half square triangles. All right, so now it's time to work on our 8 at a time half square triangles. You're going to take your B squares. As you can see, I have my blue facing up. We've already drawn all of our lines. We've drawn our X and we've drawn our plus sign. Remember, you're only going to sew a 1/4 inch away from the diagonal line. Now, you're going to take your rotating cutting mat after you sew a 1/4 inch away on both sides of the drawn line, and you're going to cut it apart. So let me get that back out. Okay, so we're going to take a ruler long enough. You can start with the plus sign, or you can start with the diagonal. It doesn't matter, but when you cut them, let them stay there. Don't move them until the final cut. There we go. Okay, that's how you make 8 at a time half square triangles. 2, 2, 4, 6, and 8. And you're going to open them up. You're going to open them up and press all of them to size. All right, so I'm going to move this out of the way. I've already done all that. So I have all of these, and all of these ready to go. So guess what that means? That means it's time to assemble the block. And we already have our centers made, so now we're going to build up from center out. All right, let's lay the block out, and I'll be right back. All right, we're going to begin with our center. We're going to take our D rectangles that have the stitch and flip. Now these are the orange ones, so pay close attention. These are the orange ones, and you want the orange to extend. We're going to sew these together, and then we're going to work on the top row and then the side rows. Now we're going to do, in the pattern, it's steps B and C, and these will go on top and the bottom of our center pinwheel section. So I laid them out. So I have a top one and a bottom one. Notice the direction of the half square triangle. Make sure that you do this in the right direction so that we get that spin. You're going to join these, and then we're going to lay them up against this one, and we'll sew one here, which will be this one, and this one goes to the bottom. All right, I'm going to get these done, and I'll be right back. So I have these sewn together and laid out up against the center. Notice how the red extends. This is what you want. And notice how the blue is starting to come this way. All right, make sure before you sew all this together that these are going in the right direction. I'm going to get this one done, and then we're going to work on steps D and E. I'll be back in just a moment. So now you can see I have the outer sides together, and I have the top and bottom together. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to join the outer sides. Okay, as you can see, I have the sides. These are steps D and E. They are completed and they're ready to join. You're going to join those first. And then we have steps F and G. These are all from the pattern. That's what they're labeled for top and bottom. So we're going to join these first, press, and then join the top and bottom ones and press. I'll be back in a minute. All right, our Oklahoma twister quilt block is complete. Block number 11 of Baskets and Blooms block of the week. Oh my gosh, we have one more to do and we are done. All right, everybody, thank you for joining me today. Don't forget to download your PDF pattern. You can find it on my website, NancyMcNallyQuilts.com. You can do a search if you would like, but I will have the link in the description box below. Thank you again. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you on the next one.